This time I decided to go to Sephora, and the associate there told me that this particular one looks ashy on me because my skin is dry and this one is not meant for dry skin. I call BS, okay? It has nothing to do actually with the texture is what I've learned recently. It has to do with the wrong undertones. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Right now I'm finally sitting down and I'm ready to test out the E.l.f. mix to match adjusters that they recently came out. A few months ago, E.l.f. kind of tweeted asking what kind of products we would like to see, and I had tweeted back to them saying that what if they come out with a foundation with little blister packs of adjusters. And I think this is their answer to it. You know, I'm kind of saying to myself that yes, my suggestion is what they took into consideration and came out with these adjusters. I would have still liked to see a little blister pack, you know, provided with the foundations they sell itself. So, you know, one can just like add a little blister pack of this and you have a perfect match, you know, because we are very different and the skin tone can change from person to person. Even my mom and I are so different. My mom has a very pink undertone. I have a very yellow undertone. But yeah, I am very excited. These retail for $4 each. And if you know E.l.f., they are a really, really affordable makeup company. I have a lot of products in my collection that I absolutely love. I have talked about them several times before. I even have an E.l.f. playlist that I'll be linking somewhere on the screen and in the description box below. They ship your order for free for any order over $25 and give you free gifts. Not just one, they'll give you multiple products, and those things keep on changing from time to time. So let's get into these things. There are 4 different shades. You have like a yellow adjuster, a bronze adjuster, a dark adjuster, and then there's a light adjuster, which of course I didn't get because most of the foundations I have are too light or too pink for me. I have, I think, a decent face makeup going right now. I am really excited about my lashes, but the face makeup will have to kind of come off because we need to test these babies. I have a few other foundations in front of me which kind of don't work for me. One of them is from E.l.f. This is actually a pretty decent match, but it still could do better because the undertone is wrong. So let's go. The first shade I have is the Mix and Match Adjuster, and the shade is called, the tube doesn't say the shade name on it, but I think it is called the Golden Adjuster. So that's the shade. And it's very, very yellow. The next shade I have is the bronze one, which is more of a milk chocolate shade. So these are kind of more liquidy than an average foundation, I would say. And then the final one I have is the dark adjuster, and the shade is more like a 70 to 90% cocoa. I feel like this is more of a cool toned brown. On the box it tells you what it is meant for. So for example, the golden one is supposed to be the yellow for olive skin tones. The bronze one says that it is supposed to be used to tan out more neutral undertone foundations, and then this is supposed to be like a dark brown, which is supposed to deepen most foundations. So I think this is especially a great thing to have for anyone with any melanin in the skin, which changes with seasons. So you don't need to hold on to multiple shades of foundation. You can just buy these and then adjust them. I have one more similar product. This is from Makeup Forever. This is their chromatic mix, and it's a professional pigment. These retail for $14 and they have a little bit of a thicker consistency, but the shade is almost exactly the same. And given that these are just $4 versus $14, this gives you a little bit of more product, but you can buy multiples, like different shades, and you can kind of do a better adjustment. For myself, I feel like I need to work with both the bronze and the yellow and kind of find my own shade in it. So let me just give you guys some swatches on my skin. So first I have the E.l.f. shade in Caramel. I believe this is one of their newer shades. This is the original versus this is what I have mixed, like teensy bit of the bronze and the yellow in. On this side of my face I'm wearing the original shade Caramel from E.l.f. And on this side I'm wearing the shade adjusted with the bronze and the yellow color adjusters. Next I have a very kind of raved drugstore foundation. It's the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Foundation. As you can see, it's just been sitting around because I bought it, and then when I applied it, I really didn't like the shade. So I'm adding both the yellow and the bronze to it. So as you can see, that's the original shade. So that our mixed shade is at the bottom there. And if you see here, it looks like very yellow. The shade I have is GLM 646 Beige. Now I don't know why I have the shade beige, but it was recommended by one of the associates in Ulta because the next shade up looked really, really dark for me. And I'm wearing it right out of the bottle on my right side, whereas on my left side, now I have adjusted it using the yellow and the dark adjusters. And I decided to use dark adjuster in this case because when I mixed it on the back of my hand, it still looked too light. And sadly, I see a lot of people in India wearing foundation like this, like because it looks a little bit lighter, but it actually, this side, if you just look this side, I actually look more vibrant and more alive and more awake. I'm already wearing the adjusted Rainforest of the Sea foundation, and then this is how the shade actually is. And this is the Tan Sand shade. It's one of their newer shades, supposed to be more of an adjusted shade. And as you can see, it's still very, very white for me. And if I wear it all over my face, I have done videos where I have hated the outcome. Actually, I have even deleted a couple of videos completely and re-recorded them because it was looking so bad with this particular foundation. And the next shade up is really kind of orangey pink for me, so I really can't use it. On my right hand side, I'm wearing it straight out of the bottle. On my left hand side, I'm wearing it after I adjusted it using the yellow and the bronze color adjusters. And finally, I have Tan Sand again in this Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. I bought this one with high hopes. I bought this one directly from Tarte. They sent me one shade. I can't remember which one, and it was either a shade up or shade down. I think I just had the tan shade before, and that felt too light. So I ordered Tan Sand, and that still felt very, light for me. So this time I decided to go to Sephora, and the associate there told me that this particular one looks ashy on me because my skin is dry and this one is not meant for dry skin. I call BS, okay? That time I did believe her, and I went ahead and bought the Rainforest of the Sea foundation in the same shade, and it still looks like really ashy on me because it's actually the undertone. On my right side, I have the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation. Again, the shade I have is Tan Sand, and on my left hand side I have mixed it with the bronze and the yellow adjusters. So now that's the shade I have mixed in. That's the natural shade after mixing in. Needless to say, I am really, really happy with these shade adjuster. Thank you, E.l.f, for coming up with these. I would highly recommend these just for $4. You don't need to continue wearing a lighter foundation. You can adjust it and just be your own beautiful self. We are in 2018, for God's sake. Like, foundation companies need to do better. Come on. I'm still seeing these shade ranges from companies which are so limited. And so really, thank you, E.l.f, for coming up with these adjusters. I think they are totally worth their price. It'll save you a lot of trips to the drugstore trying to adjust your actual foundation and being disappointed if that shade doesn't exist. Whatever shade you are beautiful. So just flaunt it, change the foundation, not your skin, and enjoy it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in these, I hope E.l.f keeps these permanent and these are not like temporary products. I'll have them linked in the description box below. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and you will learn about this crazy eyelash extensions I have going right now. Okay, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.